Welcome back to the Watchtower Film Podcast, e-film review podcast on the Towercast Network. Oh, re-rolling. Re-going.
Aww.
Here we go.
All right, ready?
The face and everything.
Welcome back to the Watchtower Film Podcast, e-film review podcast on the Towercast Network by Cinephiles for Cinephiles.
Yeah.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We missed you.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
He's got his hood face on. Appropriately, because we're continuing our series of hood comedies. Let us know if you've been having a good time, if you've enjoyed these films, if you've been a fan of these films. Most people are.
I get scared.
You get. I'm in danger.
Danger.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in today. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Take care of that, please.
Real quick. Bam.
We appreciate you guys tuning in. We've been getting a lot more hits. We've been getting a lot more listens.
We have.
It's really cool,
especially on these hood comedies.
Yeah,
nice.
It's been good. So thank you for that. Tell your friends. Let people know. If they don't like hood comedies, we're switching it up next month. We do it every month.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Welcome back. Before we get started, I want to introduce everybody in the room. We're going to talk really quick about what we saw this last week, right?
Yeah.
Yay.
And then we'll get the ball rolling. Mr. Ricky Rodriguez, who you can't see, but you can hear.
Ricky.
Speaking to the mic,
Hi.
Rick, let him know.
Hi.
Hi.
nice.
Yeah.
One of our resident hood comedy experts, Mr. Rick Rodriguez.
Especially this film. He seemed to know every fucking line. It's pretty good.
Mr. Jean-Eric Castro, fellow acting perspective and also a hood comedy
Break
resident
yourself,
expert.
fool.
Yeah. Mr. Michael Lal, cinematography perspective, fellow hood
I
enthusiast.
thought you were going to say, I hate black pepper.
I hate black pepper. I hate Whoopi Goldberg's lips.
I knew I wasn't the only one that thought that. You know?
Oh my god. What does he say? I hate the back of Wesley Snipes.
No.
The back of Forrest Whitaker's head.
Yeah.
His neck.
Neck.
Forrest Whitaker's head.
I hate my gums because they black.
It was probably the best part, too.
Bernie Macs this shit, man. Rest in
R.I.P.,
peace.
baby.
Yeah.
Say hi to the crowd.
Say a line.
I don't think I could say any of the lines.
It would be so much funny, but
No. Oh god. Oh, I can't hear it. It's okay. Cool. Yeah. Hi everybody.
howdy.
I'm your
Howdy, friends.
humble hood expert, Carlos.
I'm your
Andalatorre.
humble hood.
Humble hood expert, Carlos Andalatorre, offering
Yes,
a right
he is.
directing perspective.
My baby.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to continue our hood comedy series. Before we do that,
It's
Castro, you got a question for the people in the room.
I usually ask what you guys watched this weekend, but I'm pretty sure I know. And that's the only movie I've watched this weekend.
You're pretty sure you Nolan what we watched?
You know
Nolan. I watched The Odyssey and Limax,
Limax.
and it blew
I don't
me away
like
for
the
sure.
way you guys are calling it that.
That's just a little fun.
I wasn't
film.
calling it that. I think it was you
It
or
was me,
Austin
probably.
or somebody.
But that's just like amongst cinephiles what you call digital IMAX.
Nah, dude.
Yeah.
Just enjoy movies.
No.
That's
no.
how I went.
theaters,
That's
yeah.
exactly how I
No.
went.
If I go into Cinemark, I don't want to call it like Limark or Movie.
Can I get
because
2
it's
tickets
not
for
enough.
Limax?
How about like all the memes put aside? Just go watch it in theaters. You can't watch it any other
Absolutely.
way right now, even if you wanted to. So
But I guess that does have a good take on it. Like, it's worth going for the IMAX version because you
Yeah.
get the whole picture that Nolan wanted you to see.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
you got to see the whole thing.
I
You
think
guys-
all of us, including our fellow editor producer perspective, Austin Young, who isn't here today, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We all went to go see The Odyssey. We took a 6.5 hour trip out to Phoenix, or rather,
guys.
more accurately, Tempe, Arizona, to screen it in 70 millimeter IMAX.
We had our own Odyssey.
We did have our own Odyssey to go see The Odyssey.
Oh, that was nice.
That is cool.
These hood comedies are making you wise. But we did. We were fortunate enough to go see it in 70 millimeter IMAX, and gosh. I won't say much because Mr. Castro here, we have our free pick month next month, and we each get to pick whatever films we want. And Castro has already said, I'm picking The Odyssey. We're going to talk about The Odyssey.
How can we not, man? Because this
Yeah.
is one of those, the rewatchability is 100%. Like, you got to watch it 3 or 4 times. It's a must.
The only take I have on it right now is hopefully this encourages people to go see it. All bullshit aside, and whatever shit people are talking about, whether it's through the casting or through this or that.
Thank you.
I remember just having this gripe as I was watching about, like, almost like resenting Chris Nolan, because I was like, this needs to be longer. These moments, these vignettes are too short. We're just popping in and out of memories. I was like, it needs to be longer. And then we get to the end and this beautiful, beautiful bookend of an ending and all sorts of things. And then I realized the Odyssey has survived quite literally thousands of years as a story because it's just such an incredible, beefy, juicy story that it's impossible to capture this entire thing in any format, let alone...
Especially in 3 hours.
Yeah. And he kept it under 3 hours. It was like 240, 250. So, like, that in and of itself is, like, you couldn't have had a better adaptation of this story cinematically. Like, Chris Nolan took on a monster,
yes,
and slayed it. Like, not slayed it the way the kids are using slay today. Like, slayed the monster that is the Odyssey to be able to tell that story.
The achievements he made
in an incredible packaging, 2 hours and 52-minute package.
And I know that like the book is supposed to have more like places that Odysseus like visited and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like he got the core of the story, and that was the big thing. Is just you see the core of the Odyssey, and you see how all these. I'm guessing the book everything's fleshed out more, but at least like the key notes. And I heard this recently that if you are gonna watch a movie that's based off a book, the best order to go in is watch the movie first, and then let that get you excited about the book, and then go and read. Because if you read the book first and then watch the movie, you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, you're going to have expectations of like, why didn't they include this?
Yeah, there's too much detail in books that it's just hard to translate everything over and like beat for beat precisely. But if like after watching this, I had always heard of the book, The Odyssey, but I had never like had an opportunity to really dive into it. And now I'm just ultra excited.
So you're like me, right? I think it was better for me that I didn't know the book. So the fantasy was just first time hit me in the face for sure.
Oh man.
I read it in college and the Iliad in high school, or maybe I got that backwards, but trust me when I say that, again, cinematically, the only conclusion I could get to is during the pandemic, we bought this Super 8mm hybrid projector, and we got so obsessed with like buying film spread that like I remember like Austin, Eric, and I all went in on it. And like I bought like a James Cagney Scarface, and Eric bought like a what was it? Mothra.
Yeah, I do remember this. Yeah,
Godzilla versus Mothra, and like all these like films on Super 8mm. We're so excited about it, and we popped in a couple of these films. And I remember as we were watching, we realized because of the Super 8mm format, it's limited, right? They're this big. They made trailers or condensed versions of the films in Super 8mm.
Oh, wow.
So it's not the full film, and you clearly see it jumping like doot, 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 and it's, it must be 15 minutes for what is regularly a 2-hour film. You get the whole film
I'm curious,
in 15 minutes.
But who does the edit or who approves the edit? That's insane.
You know what's funny is when you see these Super 8mm boxes, they're different companies that were almost bootlegging them, and they were just making their own versions. And I'm sure they paid like a royalty or something. But my point with that is that you feel a little robbed in a sense, like you're like, oh, dude. But then if you pay, if you pay a little closer attention, you realize, well, this is a miracle. Seeing this on 8mm film and seeing frames of the picture in this smaller format, it's a miracle. Just running a film through a projector is a miracle. It's light shining against silver crystals, making the image move, and it's just a miracle to see something through film. Like we were fortunate enough recently, shout out to Chuck, he screened some 16mm films for us, which was like Popeye and like old Popeye cartoons,
The Mummy,
Betty Boop, and then we screened The Mummy, the Bela Lugosi, not Bela Lugosi.
No, that's the new one. Yeah.
The other one, the other creature feature actor.
Boris Karloff.
Boris Karloff playing the Mummy. Not that Mummy, Rick. Not
like
Brendan Fraser
one?
but like Boris Karloff playing the Mummy. And seeing it on 16mm, like when we were first seeing the cartoons, me and Delaware were like, man, like, do you see the red tint on it? Like, and he's like, why do you think that happens? Is it like a choice? I was like, no, dude, it's because you have to preserve film very specifically. If you don't, it starts deteriorating. Yeah. But the fact that these things work, and we covered side by side on this podcast about the transition between digital and film, and even then they say film will always survive as long as it's stored properly and you store it with a player. You just have to shine a light through it. It will never, like, your hard drive won't break. Streaming, you know, you don't lack streaming not having it or that kind of thing. So they're talking about consistently, look at that. No one. They're talking about how just film is this miracle of a thing where if you just store it properly, you get to keep it forever. You get to watch it forever as long as it doesn't deteriorate.
Right.
And I say all that to say that I think watching The Odyssey as a film is a miracle in and of itself, because the only thing I saw was a director making very intentional choices. And one of those intentional choices is the only way to capture the magic of this thing is to not show the whole thing.
Yeah. Ooh.
Because if I do that, it'll leave the audience wanting more, and it'll capture the core moments of the picture of the story. And, like, by the way, people are already complaining, like, translators of the original Homer's The Odyssey. One specifically is complaining about how the movie's trash and he didn't capture everything about the book. And it's like, dude, because cinema is its own format and it has to be treated as such. And
translate this, bitch.
All to say that I think watching The Odyssey for me, it's cinema at its finest.
Yes.
It just is cinema at its finest, but it's also just a director taking on this behemoth of a story and crushing it. Like actually seeing his experience hold weight in the decisions he's making.
Yeah.
And Nolan's been there. Nolan's been there for a while now. So my kudos to that. We'll talk about it.
I want to say so many things, but
into the bigger picture. But Rick, did you watch anything this week? That wasn't, you were at Disney, so I can't imagine you did. I wouldn't.
See too much. I saw something before. I couldn't remember what I watched.
I hate when that happens.
You know, I rewatched and I didn't appreciate it till today. Was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
The original?
Which one?
The original.
Oh, Billy Wilder.
When I was a kid, I didn't appreciate
Wilder.
that movie, man. And,
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so good. I don't know what I missed when I was a kid, man.
Comedically,
As a kid, I used to watch it
Gene
a lot.
Wilder is Gene Wilder.
Wilder.
And you don't catch it because you're caught up in the mystique of Willy Wonka, but
Stop.
the jokes he's
Help.
making.
The police. Oh, no. It's a
You know
line.
what I learned about that one is that he made a choice from the beginning, Gene Wilder, where you know how he's walking out?
The flip.
And the flip.
Oh, yeah.
So he's already telling you, like, am I lying? Am I really who I am?
You can't trust him.
Dude,
He
I
almost
wish
quit the film by the director not letting him
Don't
do
trust what you see.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
that. I love
So much
Willy
meaning
Wonka.
I was about
behind
to say
those
my kids loved that part when he fell over and rolled over. They loved it.
But as a kid, I didn't
That's
catch
like one
that.
of my favorite, like, movies. I'd probably put it in, like, a top 10.
Did you also saw what is that Mandela effect where there was one where he's supposedly eating the chocolate, but
Somebody sent this to me
Remember-
recently. They asked me, they were like, hey,
Do you
where
remember-
does Charlie find the ticket? And I was like, well, in one of the original Wonka bars. He's like, no, he finds it in the fucking moon pie.
yeah, right, because it's not the one that Grandpa gives him.
No,
It's a weird one, dude. I'm like, I always
finds it in a
remembered it
moon
was that
pie.
one.
He
Yeah.
finds it in a moon pie?
Yeah, he does.
It's not even a chocolate bar.
No, it's a moon pie. It's like one of the offshoot like candy bars.
Yeah, but
Wait
that's
a minute.
see, look, like that's
Yeah,
a moon
because you
pay.
expect him to like.
Yeah, it's
No.
'cause in
He finds it on the way home. He doesn't find it here.
Yeah.
He-
No, he gives him a moon pie.
No. He buys it. Remember, he buys.
No,
like,
that's a chocolate.
No.
No. He finds the money on the street. He buys it from the guy, and he's kind of just like, "Fuck it, this is my last attempt." And he rips it open in the store, and he's like,
It's a
Yeah,
chocolate
and that's when he
bar.
starts running back. Yeah.
"No, it's a moon pie." I'm sure you can find it
No.
somewhere, but yes, I
No,
promise
I think we
you.
have it a little bit mistaken.
Yeah? Is it the
Because
other
he
way
eats
around?
twice. He eats two chocolate
Maybe
bars.
the-
One where the grandpa gives him a moon pie.
Oh, okay, so maybe that's the moon pie.
That's the
and
moon
he
pie.
finds it in the chocolate bar. Is that
But
what it is?
I always thought it was
Yeah,
a
I
I also
chocolate
think our
bar.
generation is fucked up because we also have Johnny Depp's in our head, and there's a lot of different moments on
And
both
it's not
of these.
that bad.
It's not. No, I
It's
enjoy
not
it.
bad.
See, it is
Oh,
a
it
Wonka
is a
bar.
Wonka bar.
He
Yeah,
just,
that one.
like,
That one for sure. But the one that grandpa
He
gives
finds
him.
it here though.
Yeah. And then that's when he
because
starts running back.
In the remake, he finds it in like the floor. It's like all crumpled up
No,
and
no.
dirty.
He finds $1. With that $1, he buys the chocolate bar.
And it's the same thing?
No, with this
No,
one, I think the grandpa gives him.
No.
See, it's a weird
Stop
one.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
weird
it's a
one.
chocolate bar.
I don't want to think about this anymore.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Speaking
Willy
of
Wonka and the
white
Chocolate
kids
Factory.
finding
Good
chocolate.
Good choice.
Good choice, Rick.
Yeah.
But you also got to experience cinema in person, Rick, which is Disneyland. You got to go with the fam.
That's true.
Oh my god.
And like experience escapism at its finest.
Well put. Well
I
put.
don't know, man. I'm not the type that comes back from vacation and starts changing, or I mean, I just
Right.
my last day when it's your travel day, you're heading home. Like I'm very good.
Oh
at
yeah.
resetting.
Oh yeah.
No, man. I've reevaluated my life. I'm doing something wrong with my life.
Oh my God.
You go to Disneyland, you go to the beach, forget it.
Yeah.
Everything else is trash.
It is.
I
Very
love you
much so.
guys, but it's trash.
Making movies is I mean, yeah.
God damn.
Well,
But yeah, Disney.
Nice.
Disney. Bringing it back to something we all love.
Yeah. Speaking of can't get out of the hood.
Speaking of everything outside the hood is trash. We're here to talk about what year is it? God,
92,
92?
91?
Sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. 1996,
Six.
Paris Barkley's directorial debut, by the way. Written by Sean Wayans, Marlon Wayans, produced by the Wayans Brothers. Is Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood. Full title of the film.
Yeah.
God, man, I've been wanting to talk about this one for a long time. I think we all have. And the minute we knew we were going to commit to a Hood Comedy Month, we thought it'd be great to cover this because the Wayans Brothers have cemented themselves in satire and comedy.
And way before them.
Yeah.
I mean, the brother, the dad,
Yeah.
Living Color.
In Living Color, yeah. I mean, all of that in terms of like just what comedy evolved into, right? And seeing these guys go from like Don't Be a Menace to Scary Movie. What are they on? 7?
Scary Movie, Haunted House, all of them.
It's pretty impressive. And again, this isn't the only quote unquote classic they made. I mean, they went on to make White Chicks. They went on to make
That's probably what everybody knows them for.
Is
That's the
White Chicks.
globally, yeah, White Chicks.
Major Pain. I mean, things like, especially the TV shows, right? The Wayans Bros, and then what's the other one? Wife and Kids.
Yeah, this is a pretty left field comment, but I remember in Living Color was the first one that gave Jim Carrey.
You did?
Yeah.
Not a career, but what does he call it? Like a.
Is that OJ?
It's Keenan
Is that OJ? What?
Ivory Wayans.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx,
Foxx.
star. Yep.
But all because of the Wayans brothers, the Wayans
J-Lo.
family, I guess.
There he is. There's Jim
You
Carrey.
consider her a celebrity?
Yeah. No, I mean, In Living Color was legendary. And again,
Legendary.
It's safe to say that they've cemented themselves comedically. And in comedy cinema, after Scary Movie came out, everybody and their mother went on to make a parody film. Whether it was like Dance Flick or Date Movie or, Meet the
But
Spartans.
you could definitely tell that the voice that they made for everything like is a lot more
Intentional.
refined.
Well, you can see it right away from here. Like, yeah.
because I you know what? When I saw the cover of this thing, it like I remember it back at Black at Blockbuster.
Black and Blockbuster.
I remember back at.
Jesus Christ.
I remember it back at Blockbuster.
Blockbuster in the hood, bro.
And like when I saw it, I didn't know what to expect out of it.
Yeah.
In fact, I thought it would be a lot goofier and all that kind of stuff, just based off the poster. But it ended up being really good in a lot of different ways. And even though I didn't get all the references like you guys, I love the way that they just like built up the jokes and everything. Like it's super, super well done.
And it wasn't repetitive.
Yeah.
It was random, but it wasn't like the same joke all over again. It was like, kept it fresh.
Yeah, they had balance.
Is this what blaxploitation cinema evolved into? Because blaxploitation cinema had this comedy element almost always to it.
You think so?
If it didn't have a comedy element, it had an action element, right? Or sometimes both.
Yeah.
But I think by going into comedy and leaning into the hood aspect of it, I wonder if this is the 90s generation of like blaxploitation cinema. Blaxploitation cinema was just making fun of other action films for the most part.
Right.
Or emulating that or trying to emulate
And what
that.
he's saying it's become now.
Now it's virtually non-existent. I mean, unless you count like Black Dynamite and all these films, but it's virtually non-existent.
Like I know that the Black Dynamite crew, they did another one where it was what is it called?
The Western.
Yeah, it was like Outlaw Johnny Black.
Yeah.
And that was like the last kind of like comedy they made, but like they don't do a whole lot more.
Yeah, I think the blaxploitation genre has just kind of simmered down or become something else. But I mean that's because it evolves with the times. Blaxploitation cinema came from when there was a peak in kung fu cinema and there was Chuck Norris making films, and it was exploring that through a black voice. So I just wonder
Like
if
I just recently acquired Blackula.
you did acquire Blackula on
That's
DVD.
a real film?
Oh, no, Blackula and the sequel.
Scream Blackula Scream.
Yeah. No bullshit. This might have been what, 70s? 70s
Yeah.
blaxploitation cinema? Yeah. Blackula, 1972.
I see what you're
Look
saying
at
now.
this
Yeah.
Blackula.
This
I
is
see what you're
so
saying.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
good.
How blaxploitation may have just evolved into the Wayans Brothers, and maybe they're fans of blaxploitation cinema. I don't know.
Wait, is that like Dracula passing the torch to his brother?
I love the title of the
fuck?
sequel though. Scream, Blackula, scream.
Scream, Blackula, scream. By the way, do you remember Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy and how Blackula was there?
No.
There's
There's a
casually,
Blackula?
casually just Blackula was also part of the series.
Wow.
And I remember that growing up. Never
Well,
knowing it was real.
I think again, it's safe to say that this film, if you're like you, I think that I don't know. I genuinely can't put my finger on whether I saw this first or saw like Boyz in the Hood first. Because for me, growing up, I know people love Menace to Society and Juice. I saw Boyz in the Hood. Boyz in the Hood. John Singleton's Boyz in the Hood for me was the quintessential hood drama.
I think I saw Juice first.
saw Juice?
Yeah, I think I saw this later on in life, but the
Yeah.
first ones I saw was like Boyz in the Hood, Juice.
Menace to Society, Higher Learning.
I don't think I've seen Menace.
You've never seen Menace?
Yeah, that's probably some of the jokes.
I saw that one later in life, Menace, but I saw the other ones first when I was a kid. But again, I think being exposed to hood dramas early on, you and I were talking about 8 Mile earlier, and how our generation of hip hop fans were just fans of. We're growing up on 8 Mile, Get Rich or Die Trying, all these rappers making films. And Ice Cube did it way back when. He did it with Boyz in the Hood.
Yeah.
And that's what really took off where rap. I mean, Tupac did Juice, obviously.
Right.
Ice Cube making Boyz in the Hood like created this subgenre where rappers started making movies.
And they even called it there. It's like rappers are taking all the black jobs. yeah.
But yeah, I think, again, the reason it's important to note this is because Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood is literally making fun of all of these hood dramas. Don't Be a Menace, Menace to Society, to South Central, the film South Central, while drinking your juice in the hood, Boyz in the Hood.
Yeah.
So that's the title of all these films that it's making fun of. And more. There's so much more that it's making fun of and poking fun at. But this is why I think the genius of Don't Be a Menace is important to mention, because it's being smart and witty. It's using comedy in its best form.
You know, the only like negative
Right.
thing, the only thing that I could see that it kind of a negative effect on this film is that you have to have watched the movies to get a real appreciation of what
Do
they're
you?
parodying.
I will argue you don't.
Right? Okay, that's what I wanted to ask.
I felt bad this morning, and I told Dalal, I was like, dude, I feel bad. If you had the time and you can watch at least like Boyz in the Hood,
Yeah.
like you have to watch a hood drama, and I did feel bad. I
because
told him.
that's where I'm gonna also like say that their comedic standings or even just like intentionality and everything. The jokes work. They're naturally funny. And
It's 'cause that's
Did
what
you
the-
read them as stereotypes as opposed to references?
no, I could tell that there were references just from like the ways that they kept like referring to like films and all that kind of stuff. Or like
And that's what it
they
did
would do
really
these
good.
monologues and all that kind of stuff. And I love that it was like, what are you going for? And it was like, well, I'm just trying to like win an award on
I'm
like
just trying to win the best male actor award at the Sound Train Award.
yeah, and like I feel like you could tell it had that like we're obviously making fun of other films, even like where I couldn't tell where the reference was coming from, but like
Whoa, Gene Siskel just said there's a trailer playing on IMDb. Gene Siskel, the Gene Siskel from Siskel and Ebert just said a lot of big laughs. That's high praise, man. He's one of the toughest film critics that ever existed.
Wow.
Just saying. Sorry.
I think
Yeah.
it's just because like that scene where like the mom's talking to her son and they're dropping him off at like his dad's place and all that.
There ain't no positive female.
No positive.
Yeah, and in these movies and all that kind of stuff. So you could tell like he was referencing like other movies of like the like the Black Hood dramas and all that kind of stuff. But I love
Vivica Fox.
Yeah,
It is
dude.
Vivica Fox, right?
Yeah.
I just love the leaves. I love, and those are like such simple jokes,
Yeah.
but they reminded me of like Airplane, and they all
Yeah.
hit really well.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just I feel like in what is it called parody movies. It's the same thing as like you see with these classic comedies, taking a concept and then just ballooning it until it's just absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
This whole thing of like the conversation in fall and leaves falling there and all that kind of stuff. And then you see, and it's nobody else's house, just this one guy. There's no tree, and they're even talking somewhere else later. Oh, they're by it's him with his pops, and they're by that like ravine area
They're
fishing.
In the LA River.
And there's still leaves falling on them for some odd reason, but then it's almost like they thought, like, oh, it's going to make it more dramatic.
No,
So,
but you're right.
yeah.
There are these melodramatic moments in hood dramas. By the way, speaking of Vivica A. Fox, she came out in one of the best hood dramas, Set It Off. Set It Off, female-led hood drama. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible hood drama. But there's these melodramatic... That's why I love Keenan Ivory Wayans. That was the biggest joke with my brother and my cousins growing up was Message. The funniest fucking thing, because that's what black, or just hood dramas do, is son, you need to get up out the hood,
Oh, yeah, and then at the very, very end, it's like, what the fuck you saying? Like,
Yeah, you finally... No.
Yeah, it's just a lot of these moments that do. I think you're right. I think if you're a fan of the dramas or you have at least seen them, you get to connect with it a little more.
That's
but
what
if you're
I'm saying.
not, comedically the beats hit, right?
Yeah, because I think that was no, it's not the fault of the first one that we watch, How High. I just felt like when the jokes came out, I felt like they didn't build them up enough. They to me, there were some of the jokes that fell flat. Here, everything just like hits so well. And again, if you get the reference, it's twice as funny. But if you don't get the reference, a lot of these jokes are just really well made. And in the choreography with other people and the set design and everything, as far as the movie goes, as far as the movie goes, they put a lot of care into mimicking the styles of these hood dramas, but then knowing how to make you laugh at the end. And I love even the whole drive-by shooting, and then you're seeing like images of people running away and the old people looking out.
182 Drive-By Boulevard?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dashiki, the hood freak, lives on 6969 Penetration Avenue.
Yeah.
Great.
It's just little details.
Before we get further into the conversation, let's do ratings. Let's go ahead and start with the ratings. I don't know who picked this one. Did Ricky pick this one?
I would like to hear Ricky.
No. Let's start with Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky, man.
Oh, man.
I vote Ricky.
Talking to the mic.
Oh, man. We're talking about in terms of, I think even in terms of a film, I think it's obviously going to go high.
Yeah.
Because of everything that it created, everything that Wayans Brothers means to comedy.
Nice.
The hood comedy. I'll go 9.2.
9.2.
Whoa.
High praise. High praise.
High.
Austin, please cut this in. There's a picture of Ricky dressed as Loc Dog
Right
on
here.
Halloween when he was in college. That's how much of a fan he is and has been of this picture. Okay, is Loc Dog Ricky Rodriguez.
For anybody listening, Loc Dog has the craziest hair ever.
Yeah, looking at
Even
this
by
on
today's
YouTube
standards.
or Spotify, look at Ricky being Loc Dog. It's the best thing. It'll make your day. 9.2. 9.2. All right.
That's good. That's good.
Mr. Delal.
I think as a comedy, I'd probably put it at like a 9.2. As like a film, I'd put it like somewhere in like an 8.5. Just because it's still got its like quirky moments, but comedy wise, everything hits so well. And again, I thought probably similar like you. I'm not gonna get all the references. They're gonna say these lines and all that kind of stuff. Even when you were bringing up oh, that actor came out in this movie and that movie and all that kind of stuff.
Back a lot of the supporting actors.
Yeah,
Mike Epps, bro.
Yeah, no,
Omar
and
Epps.
I mean.
Omar Epps.
I had no look at this.
I'm dyslexic.
It's so stupid. And oh god.
And then
Puppet
finally,
feet. Yeah, I don't know. It just comedically it did everything for me. One of my favorite comedies is Airplane, and I feel like they just knew
Lean into
how
that
to
style.
use that style.
Satirical.
But again, give it their own voice and give it their own spin. It felt very original and it felt very strong, for everything that it was. I was super happy with it.
All right. I think we all agreed to just give this a comedy rating, so that's all I'm gonna do.
yeah.
I'm such a fan of this movie. This movie was a big comfort for me growing up, and still to this day, I genuinely haven't seen it in years.
Same.
But I remembered every joke. I remembered how funny and fresh it was, and leaning into a lot of these comedic beats, but also making light of a situation.
Yeah.
That traditionally, if somebody say some USC professor that focuses on,
I just realized he has curlers on his
What?
on his beard, on his goatee.
That's a big worm, bro. Big perm.
Yeah, I just think that there's an interesting side to making light of your hardship.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think this film does that for people who grew up in the hood and stuff. And So comedically, I'm just gonna say this thing still gets me every time. In this screening, and I've seen this film 100 times, but this screening, I even was like, oh look, there's that. Oh look, there's that. Like stuff I haven't caught before. So I'm gonna go 9. I'm gonna go 9. I don't know if it's fall out of my chair funny, but I get comfort and a new like revitalization comedically out of watching this film every time I see it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go a 9. I'm gonna go a hard 9.
I'm gonna go a little lower, man.
You go a little lower?
Just a little lower, because I think.
didn't hold
How do you
up for
cut
you?
the mic off? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, just I think like with any comedy, I think with age, some of the jokes get kind of like left behind.
Oh,
they
like
get
the
old,
whole
kind of.
beeper thing.
Exactly. Like people don't know what beepers are, floppy disks. Like this new generation doesn't know about that.
Come on, but it's a time
No,
capsule.
I don't know. That's the only thing. Kind of like some of the jokes were kind of old, but
I'm not trying to sway, your argument or anything like that, but can you hold that against a film? The fact that it was made in 1997, and obviously in what has it been, 20-some years, 28 years, that it's obviously gonna go away. Like there's technology is gonna evolve, and
Did
the
you
movie
see
can't
they
do
checked his
anything
legs
about it.
first?
no, I agree with you because I still like films like Friday. Some of those jokes probably got old.
Here's the thing. I feel like every generation goes through this. We, on this podcast, and as cinephiles, revere cinema from the 40s and 50s and say, whoa, it captured the use of a rotary phone. But
Right.
now we're in our 30s, and we see the 90s, and we're like, oh, that's so outdated.
No, in certain details. I mean, come on. I mean, Loc Dog. I think Loc Dog was one of the best things about this film. Every scene, he steals it. But just the exaggeration is funny, but sometimes it's
It's
just
absurd.
it's very absurd.
But comedically, it's
It's
absurd.
also just like Carlos said, and again, I'm trying to say, but it's also been done 30 times after this film because of how funny this one.
Yeah.
It's like
That's why I give it credit.
What Airplane did or what Mel Brooks did. As soon as they did that, I mean, it blew up. I mean,
That's
I
why
was
I give it a.
I was even thinking like Marlon Wayans, like now that they made another scary movie, they're retelling stories of how like he created the Smokey character, the
Loc Dog?
no, the scary movie pothead character he plays.
Oh,
Shorty. I'm willing to bet, like, because he says it's based on somebody he knew growing up, but it's like, I'm going to take Loc Dog and just make him a full-on pothead and not really a hood dude.
Yeah.
That's the same character. Like,
and probably sprinkle in a little bit this character from Friday, this character from Boyz in the Hood.
Right.
Smokey, yeah.
Yeah. But
no, but,
anyways,
that's why-
where are you at with it? What's your rating?
I still give it an 8.8.
8.8? All right.
Yeah, because I still think it really respected the films that they were trying to parody.
Yeah.
They did a really good job at trying to parody it. And
It wasn't silly for the sake of being silly. It's
Exactly,
very
it had a
intentional.
message, and
Message.
so yeah, no, I'll still give it a high 8.8.
Yeah.
It's just, I didn't grow up with it. I watched it later in life, and
Okay.
that's how I'm taking it. Some of the jokes.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, 96. God, this came out a year after I was born.
Same time Tupac got shot, dude.
That's true. I
always remember 96 because of
And
that.
Juice, right? Juice was the thing.
Yeah.
Oh God, the grandma coming out of the trash can and her makeup. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. You got the juice now, grandma. Juice was one I was disappointed in. I'm gonna throw that out there.
No!
I saw it. That last scene. That you got the juice now, and the whole shooting. I don't know, man.
The elevator and then at the rooftop?
It's much less climactic than we gave it credit for when we were younger, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I guarantee
No,
you.
yeah, I'm pretty
rewatch
sure. I haven't
Juice
seen it in
now.
I haven't seen
But
BT
I
in a
also
while.
saw Juice later in life. Like I didn't see it growing up.
I saw it, yeah. No, yeah.
And so like I saw it and I was
Fun.
like, Tupac's pretty damn good performer. This is where you see this Juilliard side coming out.
I think that's where he got, like, he stole that persona, I think.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think where
Tupac was
maybe he got too much into the role. Where it's like, oh, people like this shit. I could really pull this off.
That's interesting.
Because we all know Pac was an art student.
He was a Juilliard, one of the most respected schools in the country.
I love Pac, but yeah, there's some theory right there.
Yeah, Pac was always a more performative one, and he studied dance. Didn't he study dance in
with
Juilliard?
Jada
He was a
Pinkett.
backup dancer.
He was a backup dancer for Digital Underground.
Yeah. But at the same time, you're like, hey, whatever you need to do to get off the hood, get out of the hood,
Look, not for nothing, but like
Juilliard's the hood.
Well, no. Okay,
No, he's still-
to be fair, like
He was still from Oakland. Like
yeah,
he was still
from
in the bad street.
California, though he was.
But his mom really like.
His mom was a crackhead, like an actual crackhead who was arrested several times.
But it's
and-
still a mom, so you still gave him like the art school.
Gotcha.
yeah. I think he got scholarships. I think he just like
Oh, really?
went in and auditioned and kind of killed it. And I think Jada like helped him.
Yeah. Because he was a good student.
Yeah. And Marlon Wayans was very good friends with Tupac. Like, very good friends
They
with
did a
Tupac.
couple
He was-
films. They
he
did,
was with him the night before he died
Yeah,
or some shit in
him
Vegas, right?
and-
What's that
Was
basketball
it
film?
Biggie or
No, it wasn't
he was
Biggie.
with somebody else? The man. He was with Tupac the night he died, and he was. I want to
Was that
say
the
it
Mike
was-
Tyson fight? Right before the Mike Tyson fight?
Yeah, he
It was-
hanging
that
out
was the
with
night
somebody
that-
else.
Snoop
that also,
Dogg, probably.
somebody got killed. The night they got
Oh.
killed, he was with them as well.
Okay.
But they
yeah.
did a film together. Which one was it? The one with the basketball?
Not the
Oh,
six
above
man.
the rim.
Above
the Rim. I
Above
grew
the
up with
Rim.
that film.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a baller. That's
Yeah, and
yeah.
then-
Above the rim's a good one.
It's a really good one.
Yeah, Tupac did some shit. But I agree. I think there's a part of him that was just like I think I said this on the last podcast, but like J. Cole talked about that. Like he's like, when I'm not wearing the cape, I'm not wearing the cape. And
Right.
Tupac never took the fucking cape off. I mean, like
And then dude, obviously
God,
this-
yeah.
I've heard,
but-
I mean,
because-
there's a lot coming out that they said that rappers and stuff were like, no, that was all a performance. Like, he
Yeah.
wasn't that hard. He wasn't that. He became that character once his record started.
it just got out of hand.
Yeah.
And I think that's why like in the Tupac Biggie conversation, when I was growing up, we always leaned Tupac because we were big Eminem fans, and Eminem defends Tupac to death.
yeah.
And we kind of leaned into that. And then I remember in 8th grade, they let you do a presentation on anything you wanted. And I did it on Biggie.
Nice,
And I
whoa.
got obsessed with Biggie.
Nice.
Because I saw a documentary on Biggie and I like made note cards about what I was going to present on. And I got obsessed with
Wow.
Biggie. And I was like, nah, Biggie's the realer one. I'm
Since 8th
leaning
grade.
Biggie. And then lyrically, I just
Lyrically,
think
he's got
better.
it.
But
Tupac
yeah.
has heart.
Tupac has heart, and he's got that. I don't know, man. A lot of the songs he wrote were like
Pro women, keep your
I
head
don't,
up.
I don't want to talk about Tupac in that context.
Nah,
'Cause that
come
man was
on,
not
come
pro
on.
women. But
He was just saying, there's some bitches out there.
but I mean, what I was gonna say was that Biggie's mom
bitches.
has this great thing. It's the end monologue in his biopic actually, where she says, "If you listen to my son's music, he's a storyteller."
Yeah.
And,
I've
and
heard
when you
that.
listen to Biggie's music, he's making films and songs. He's telling stories of like.
And he was really from the block. Like he was around the corner rapping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's his
And
thing.
Tupac, I think, had his fair share of those things with things like Brenda's Got a Baby,
Keep your head up.
Keep Your Head Up,
Changes.
Doug's Mansion, Changes. I mean, they were. The problem with Tupac is they said it in the Biggie biopic, and I agree with this. Is like
Threat
you ask
lighting.
20 different people who Tupac was, you'll
I've
get
heard
20
this.
different answers.
Yeah.
And it's true. He's poetic. He's political.
But at the
he's
end,
a gangster.
What did he say?
He's-
I grew up in an all-female house. Like I still have a feminine side. There's no way. I get it. I get it.
I love it.
I love you,
That's
Pac.
great. That's great. But he's not dead. He's somewhere in Cuba or whatever the fuck, right? What's the theory?
Old as fuck
He
right
didn't
now,
Get
just-
shot. But anyways, I think the comedy elements and the musical elements rather influencing a hood drama or
All
a
of it,
hood
yeah.
comedy have to be taken into account. And the fact that these guys got to hang out with people like that. I mean,
Yeah.
The Wayans brothers were friends with Tupac's and the Mike Tyson's.
100%.
You know, they were friends with these guys. They could make fun of them. And, like, they were the comedy guys that got invited to the party. You know what I mean? Like, they were those dudes. And
Like got invited to the barbecue.
they got invited to the barbecue.
Yeah.
But I think that Don't Be a Menace holds regard to that without being classy.
Exactly.
But I guarantee you, anybody and everybody who either made hood dramas or loved them laughed their ass off in Don't Be a Menace.
100%.
Like the fact that Omar Epps, who made plenty of hood dramas to
Plenty.
include Higher Learning, which is the film that they're making fun of here.
Yeah.
It wasn't Tupac and Janet Jackson in Higher Learning too?
No.
I know Janet was.
Not Pac.
Tupac
Not
was
Higher Learning.
Not Higher
Not
Learning.
Pac.
But Omar Epps, like, to come out. By the way,
This is so stupid.
by the way, he died in a car accident a month later.
Really?
No bullshit. This actor died in a car accident.
Oh, that's so sad.
A month, or no, not a month later. A month before the film premiered, he died in a car accident. Man, sad.
Yeah. It's
That's
pretty sad.
so sad.
What I was going to say was that if we were talking about hood dramas, I think it's important in this conversation to talk a little bit about that. Delal, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But Omar Epps came out in one of my favorite hood dramas, maybe one of my favorite films of all time, which is Love and Basketball. God, I love Love and Basketball.
I haven't seen it. I don't know
dude,
why.
It's so
I know.
good, Castro.
And I remember even as a kid, somebody lent me the VHS, and I never watched
Dude,
it.
I will lend you the Criteria on Blu-ray.
know,
It's
it's just-
so good.
Real quick, give me a why.
Two kids grow up next to each other since they were little kids, since they were babies.
Okay.
They both fall in love with basketball. They both play basketball. One's a guy, one's a girl. And paths in terms of basketball kind of drew them apart.
Okay.
One went to play college ball. The other one went professional.
Oh, shit.
And you see their trajectory and whether they do or don't come back to each other.
No, okay, that's cool.
It's beautiful, dude. But you see every iteration of them. You see them playing ball as kids, high school sweethearts, college ball. One goes overseas to play ball. Like,
Is this it?
This is it. This is. By the way,
I don't know
Kyla
why I've
Pratt.
never-
Is that their name, Kyla Pratt?
It is.
And then her.
So now
Oh,
Nathan-
yeah,
So now
damn, she's
Nathan-
young.
Omar Epps. I'm telling you, dude. This film is so good, Castro, and it will become one of your favorite films.
Man, it looks like she could ball
And
too.
then isn't that the who plays his dad? The one that's the famous basketball player.
He played Serrano in Major League.
Isn't that the
he's the
Allstate
Allstate
guy?
guy.
He's the
Allstate
Allstate guy, right? Him.
He was a
Wow.
famous baller.
Oh,
He
really?
basically
In
plays like a
his
Magic
dad played in the
Johnson.
NBA.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It's so good, guys. So you need to watch Love and Basketball.
Allstate.
It's
Oh, you even know what's the scary movie lady?
She just did the PTA film.
Regina.
Regina King. No, Regina King.
No, not yeah.
Regina Hall.
Hall.
Regina Hall.
Regina Hall's from
Scary movie.
Friday, right?
No.
No, she did one battle after
That's
another.
King?
Yeah, that's King. That's Regina King.
There,
But again, Love and Basketball, Omar Epps. Omar Epps also did a film that we almost did for this series, a notable mention called The Wood.
The Wood.
The Wood is, I discovered it a little later in life,
I've heard of
but
it.
I was still probably like in high school.
Oh, you probably told me this.
It's about these three friends who grew up together. One of the friends, the Omar Epps character, quote unquote, he moves to
I have.
Inglewood.
I have.
And he's like from Alabama or some shit. And so he's finding his footing in the hood because he's from like the country.
Is that the one with like three best friends, right?
Yes, it's this one. It's this one. Three best friends.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
grow
yeah, I
up
have seen
together.
that. Oh, yes.
But
I've never seen this one.
It
Yes.
starts off with like they're at a wedding and Omar Epps' character is trying to get one of his friends married, but that guy's having like a crisis.
Yeah.
And shit like that. So they ponder on how they grew up together and that's how they get him to the wedding and it's good, man. I love it. It's one of those like hood comedy dramas that that is resonant in pop culture or at least hood culture because they made a film later, which I think is incredible, and I didn't even know it was related to this film. A film called Dope. You guys ever see Dope?
I was going to ask you.
so
I've
it's
heard of dope.
So Dope was this like coming of age, these kids who are obsessed with 80s and 90s culture, hip hop culture. Even you have the modern telling because ASAP Rocky plays a role. In
yeah. That's how I remember it.
But they pay homage to The Wood because a lot of characters come back to Dope, paying homage to that film because it's such an influential film for this film.
Okay, I gotta see that. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. I'm telling you, man. Like The Wood, do a double feature. Do The Wood, do Dope. It's fun, man. It's so good. But I recommend those hood dramas / hood comedies. I mean, I think Omar Epps, again, making a cameo. I forgot Zoe Kravitz.
Oh, that's Zoe Kravitz. I didn't realize that.
And then Zero, the guy that plays Zero
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
Wes Anderson in Grand Budapest Hotel.
That's a good film.
Yeah, this guy played. Didn't this guy play Ray on the Wu-Tang?
Yes,
He was a
he
Spider-Man
did. He's
dude.
Raekwon. He's Raekwon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the girl is Creed, the love interest in Creed.
Yo.
The friend, the one on the right, the far right. That's the hood interest in
Yeah.
Creed. But anyways, I think these are like notable mentions on how these hood comedies and hood dramas still have had such a big impact on
Yep.
films today. Where Dope is what
That's
maybe
insane, yeah.
2017, 2016.
Yeah, it was very recent.
And it's so good, man. But it takes it into a modern tip, but it still maintains that hood pop culture element to it.
Workaholics. Guy.
Yeah. Man, they're super young, dude.
Blake. Yeah.
Blake Armstrong.
But yeah, I think there's still a respect, and
I agree.
now that John Singleton passed away, like Criterion just released a John Singleton box set,
Okay.
and it's like Google that really quick, Rick. That cover is awe-inspiring. I got to be on the Sony lot for a meeting last year, and they named the theater on the Sony lot after John Singleton.
Hey,
Really?
Yeah, man. Like,
that's
again,
honest.
the amount of impact that these storytellers have had on people, not to mention like Ryan Coogler, man. Ryan Coogler, who's arguably one of the biggest directors right now, his influence is hood comedies and
Oh,
hood dramas, man.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
from Fruitvale Station to Creed, like you see these influences in his films,
Even the way he talks.
even Sinners, yeah, especially the way he talks.
I'm sorry, we all have that.
It's the one on the far left. So it's Boys in the Hood, Poetic Justice, and Baby Boy. And they did like a hood mural. This is a Criterion cover, okay?
Poetic Justice, man.
It's so good, man. But these three films are incredible, obviously. Baby Boy, God, Baby Boy's so good. But anyways, again, the impact that these films have had on culture and pop culture, I think is underrated. I think is not seen. I think
glad
that
you
a
mentioned that, yeah.
lot of filmmakers today, and maybe I'm guilty of this too. They're calling them black films. They're calling them hood films, and though there's a genre to them, maybe it's pigeonholing them, right? Because these are just stories.
Yeah.
Stories the way Shakespeare has his stories of what was his surrounding. Hip hop is that's the argument amongst hip hop people is like, hey, a lot of rappers don't like to be called poets, but poetry and hip hop are close cousins, if not married to each other.
100%.
And they don't have to be a hood thing. They could just
Yeah.
be an expression, a form of expression.
I hear what you're saying. I hear
And
you.
maybe we don't have to pigeonhole these things.
Well, like
They're
right now,
part of the culture.
there
That's
was
good,
an
that's good.
article that I think came out by Variety or somewhere, but an interview with Jordan Peele where he was talking about how right now he feels like he's pigeonholed into like he's the black filmmaker
Yeah.
and like like all of his things are like horror related, but and he says I know it kind of did it to
it was Variety.
Variety. Yeah, that he knows that like these films centered around that, and he did have messages. But at the end of the day, he also wants to be recognized as like a good filmmaker, and I think it's kind of like the conversation that we've always had
Yeah.
about like if we're able to make it out of El Paso,
Yeah.
like we want to be recognized as like good storytellers, good directors, good
Happen
writers.
to be Mexican American.
Yeah, and it's not like we have to play the heavy Latino card.
Here's
you know?
the problem, though. It's hard, man. It's so hard. And I feel for somebody like Jordan Peele because by simultaneously trying to uplift your people and put them in front of and behind the camera, then you're regarded as the black filmmaker. And the same with us. I've had those meetings and I've had those arguments of like, I don't want to panhandle because that's not what we should be doing with our art. But I want to put people who look and sound like me in front of the camera.
Yeah.
But if you do, you can very quickly be pigeonholed into the Mexican American filmmaker.
Yeah,
But
look
that's
at-
also the argument that's the benefit of the uniqueness of people. Of whether you grew up in white America or black America or Latino America, whatever. You have a voice. Like
Yeah.
as much as like you said, I agree. We're not out there trying to make it look like
Right.
just trying to do Mexican movies, whatever. But we do want to show the interesting and the funny and the scary and the
Yeah.
crazy things of part of our culture.
Sure.
Whether it's how we make our food or the way our uncles are or the way
You know what I'm gonna say, right?
our ghost stories and stuff, like all
Yeah.
that is very unique.
For sure.
Oh, 100%. I'm gonna make it a little bit controversial.
Okay.
I don't know if it was in the same interview, but he also had another interview where he says,
Jordan Peele?
yeah, like you guys are talking about, like he doesn't want to get pigeonholed with being the black, savior or whatever. He also said that he didn't want to hire anybody that's not his skin color.
You see, that's what I mean.
That's all
Yeah.
that's all he's ever seen,
Yeah.
and he doesn't want to see that now.
It's fair. It's fair. There has to be an interesting balance with that, right? Because again, though you want to uplift your people and you want that to be the case,
You can't just block off a
yeah,
whole.
I don't think you have to be closed-minded because then you're just as
hires
you're-
white actors.
You're
but
part
do
of the
they
problem.
Hire white crew members.
Yeah,
No, but he said like lead first films.
leads. Oh, and by the way,
was
his partnership with Daniel Kaluuya is that how you pronounce his last name? Daniel, the guy from Get Out.
Oh yeah.
His
He's from London.
Cinematic partnership with him works.
Yeah, that's
fucking
cool.
work. I don't care what color his skin is. It works.
No, yeah. And he's
That
from
actor-
London, which
yeah.
is cool.
Then that actor is good, man. Like in everything I've seen him in, he's really Kaluuya. Yeah, Daniel Kaluuya. He's good, man. He's good in everything he's done. But I do think that he, maybe focusing on harboring that partnership, the way Kurosawa and Toshiro Mifune, the way Scorsese and De Niro, like
For sure.
If you keep working that muscle out, maybe it doesn't matter. And Though it's controversial, I don't think it matters. I think that
It shouldn't have been said. If that's your agenda,
Exactly,
don't
just-
say that.
yeah.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Just don't say
You
that.
have to.
I don't think Ryan Coogler plays that card. Ryan Coogler just wants to make movies.
And he's a good actor. No, yeah,
Though
yeah.
there is a commentary in something like Sinners. It is saying something about politics and race. He as a filmmaker isn't saying like I only want to make black films. Like no, he just wants to make cool shit, right?
Exactly.
It's hard, man. It's hard. It is hard, and I think that
Do you feel like it's also something that like all the films have in one way or another tackled that like they're trying to maintain their individuality, but then also like keep true to the roots? Like that character, I forgot what his name is, but the one who like is like, oh, my brother, my people, we got to stick together, and
my
it's like
milk of magnesia.
yeah, and then it's kind of like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, you know, like
preach.
You keep talking about the white man keeping us down, but then you're chasing white girls over here, and he's
I'm
like,
just doing what they did to us for 400 years.
Fuck them.
No, but that's true. That's the commentary, right?
That's the
It's
commentary.
Like, they were trying to get better as a society, but we're also like just as guilty for doing the exact
Exactly.
same thing they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that Mexican American storytellers also fall victim to that. And I think that by having
I felt it in The Heights.
yeah
That
yeah.
scene where they're having to sing and then everybody needs to bring out their flag to show like, see, all the Latinos, we're all involved. And it's like, that's great.
And
but
there has to be a balance. That's why I love Lin-Manuel Miranda outside of those spaces, though In the Heights was a great stepping stone for him. Hamilton is not inherently Latino, though the casting is quote unquote like inclusive, because he did want nothing but either black or Latino actors in Hamilton. There's very few white actors in that thing. I don't think anybody cared. I don't think it mattered who it was. And I think that's the point. I think the point of like, we just talked about the Odyssey. You guys will come and see how
Very
people
good.
are arguing about the inclusivity of it. It didn't matter. I don't care who
not.
played them. They were
It did
directed by
not.
a great director. Didn't matter the color of their skin.
And I was reading really up into it, and I was
Yeah.
kind of leaning towards that too. I was like, oh, why did they change the story? I was like, it's a fantasy.
It's fiction.
Now it's being told by Nolan. It's,
Yeah.
it's,
oh yeah, what is it? It's Mark? No, not Mark Zuckerberg. What is it called? Elon Musk that wants to make
Oh,
an
yeah.
AI historically accurate because people were complaining about like
what?
the race of the characters and all this kind of stuff.
And I was falling into that, but then I saw it. I
No,
was like, it
at a certain
doesn't
point in
matter.
time,
It's
yeah,
blasphemy.
And maybe that's what these filmmakers are trying to do is say, hey, since it doesn't matter, I'm going to bring my people into the game and let them have a voice. And I think that's admirable
Like-
as long as you're not pandering.
I hated the movie, but
The Odyssey?
No.
dare you.
Like the most recent example I could think of, like a lot of fire starting up, is when they did the live action remake of The Little Mermaid, but they made it like a black lead, and
It didn't matter even in that reference, right? Because the movie sucked.
yeah, no, the movie was just bad. But I mean, it's kind of like, you know, everybody should be allowed to say that, you know, you're not going to put some kind of like barrier that anytime we see these characters, they need to exist as these like white things because that's how like America like founded the character.
Yeah. Personally, I went through something recently on my own film, or my own sizzle.
With black
Was that, like, I wrote the character
Black Mermaid?
of this feature. Yes.
So they were Jews. It's okay,
I
bro.
wrote the character of this feature to be a Mexican American lead. I was never really married to it. I want that to be the case. But when we shot this sizzle reel for the feature, I hired the best actor. I didn't care. I hired the best person for the part. And I got people sending me messages like, hey, you sure? Like, I envisioned the character this way. I envisioned the character this way. And I'm like, dude,
damn.
right now it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
When the feature rolls around, we can have these conversations where we have money
I see what
to
you're
pay
saying.
them their rates. But right now,
There's also a
I
difference
picked the
between
right actor
hey,
for the role.
I think the story fits well with a Hispanic character,
That
black
context.
character, whatever. And there's also a difference between that and why don't you just cast a Mexican and Hispanic in the lead? Why don't you cast them as black? It's like, why am I casting people just based off of color?
That's
It's gotta-
that's where we all probably
Castro,
agree.
You're an actor, man. It's got to be what the
The best way,
actor
yeah,
is,
who
the
could lead
performance,
yeah.
what the story gives, whether it's best for Hispanic guy. I mean, I'm sure you as an actor, as much as you want to take the jobs and stuff, I'm sure there's parts that you read that be like, you know what, this probably belongs to somebody.
Oh, 100%,
black or
100%.
Puerto Rican or something like that. Shouldn't be me. Like that's got to be some. I don't
Like I'm
have
still a
voice in
diva,
this.
but I understand that there's a vision. It's bigger than me. Like,
Bigger than you, exactly.
hey,
For-
if this
for
guy could bring
crying-
the character to life better than me,
For crying out
100%.
loud, like, not to keep beating that dead horse, and you'll
Right.
see the horse in the film when we talk about it, but John Leguizamo was incredible.
I
In
had
the
forgot.
Odyssey.
It's such a full cast that I had forgot. He's
John
really good.
Leguizamo is like
He's in it.
he's in it.
Yeah.
He plays a major role.
Yeah.
And he's
yeah.
incredible.
And he's not like
Heroes.
like Josh Peck in Oppenheimer.
Right.
5
It's not a-
seconds.
Nah, he's
He's like there. You know.
He's like the word of reason. Kinda.
Yeah, he is. He's kind of the voice of
He's
reason. He's
like
kind of the
some
elder.
weird Jiminy
I love
Cricket.
John
It's good,
Leguizamo.
man.
Yeah.
Like the cast is.
John
God
Leguizamo.
dang.
But again, John Leguizamo, as political as he is, like I think he just posted a video recently. It's
Oh,
like, if you
yeah,
follow ICE,
wow.
unfollow me. As political as he
He's
is,
very political.
doesn't matter. Like as whatever his views
I'm glad
are
you said
on the
that.
world,
This is not
I'm
about.
hiring you're a hired gun. Play the role. You're the best person for the part. We all think so. So just play the role.
But just don't mess it up for the movie.
Exactly.
Keep your thoughts or opinions to yourself because
Yeah.
it's bigger than you.
yeah, it's just an interesting place to be at, and I think that maybe that's the commentary is that cinema has been ran by old white dudes, Jewish white dudes for the better half of 100 years. And by finally having this inclusivity, it's this weird bash of breaking the form, of breaking the mold, right? And the Big Bang all over again, where if we can explode the industry, well, then maybe it'll become a little more even all around, and we don't have to have these arguments anymore. It's just about what's right for it.
Exactly.
We're crying out loud.
Hopefully.
Shakespeare used to cast 14-year-old boys to play women. And not for the right reasons in the slightest. It was because women weren't allowed to
Gee,
work.
Carlos, what are the right reasons?
Wait, what?
Well,
Wait, what?
no, I'm not joking about this, but my point with that is that like they did their best with what they had or what their values were, and they clearly
Sir
weren't
Williams?
right.
Come on.
Yeah, they weren't. It clearly weren't right. They clearly weren't the right thing to do. But it's evolved into where we're at now, and I'm not against or for any of it. I just think that everybody wants a piece of the pie. Everybody wants their voice represented. I think that's a healthy place to be at. Just like anything else, don't crush on anybody's beliefs. Don't step on other people, and just do your thing and do the right thing for the film, and maybe we'll be okay.
Yeah, don't be a menace.
In South Central, while drinking your juice in the hood.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't be a
That's our
menace, ladies and
message.
gentlemen.
Message.
Let us know what you think about Don't Be a Menace. Let us know if you've seen it or if you've seen any of the hood dramas that they're referencing.
Comment.
Yeah,
comment.
let us know what you think. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to close off with a bang.
The quintessential.
What a lot of people would deem the quintessential hood comedy.
I'll vote for that.
We're going to talk about the Friday franchise. We're going to talk about all three.
Come
Okay.
on, man. You got knocked the fuck out.
Friday is, again, the quintessential hood drama. This thing was directed by F. Gary Gray.
That's a female.
F. Gary Gray went on to direct. By the way, speaking of people like John Singleton got out of the pigeonhole by directing things like Too Fast, Too Furious.
Oh, wow.
F. Gary Gray got out and directed like Be Cool and a lot of great like action films. He directed Set It Off.
You know that Nolan's a big fan of the
Of the Fast and the Furious,
That's
yeah.
insane. But yeah.
But F. Gary Gray went on to be a great director. I think one of the most recent credits is Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, wow, the nigga
that's F. Gary Gray. But he went on to do some cool shit. Men in Black, Law Abiding Citizen.
Oh, I
He
love
broke
that.
out of the hood comedy genre. He did bigger things.
Nice.
What's his most recent thing, Rick, aside from Straight Outta Compton? I haven't seen those.
seen
Men in
those.
Black International. Not bad.
Yeah.
The Fate of the Furious. Yeah, this dude broke out, man. Good for him.
Good for him.
Pepsi, the commercial.
What?
Be Cool. By the way, if you haven't seen Be Cool, man, I love Be Cool so fucking much. I rewatched it.
Which one is it? Let me
I
see.
recently rewatched it. It's this like spiritual sequel to Get Shorty. You know the Danny DeVito
Oh,
film.
you always quote this.
I love this fucking movie, dude. It's so good.
What is it? Be cool. Be
cool.
easy or what is it?
Be easy.
Yeah.
Paul. What's his name?
You always reference it. I have to see this one.
Oh, dude, it's so Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn playing a pimp. Virtually,
That's insane.
No, dude, it's John Travolta and Uma Thurman coming back together for the first time since Pulp Fiction.
come on.
And they're playing like Hollywood producers, like music producers, film producers,
funny.
trying to make a movie about a guy who just died. The guy who just died was played by James Woods, and then
Nice.
Harvey Keitel is the villain in this film. This film is so
Oh,
good.
wow. Danny
It's just
DeVito's
a
in there
feel-good
too.
Watch
Fuck
film.
yeah.
Steven Tyler.
Just go watch it.
Fred
It's-
Durst.
Yes, dude. There's
That's
so many
crazy.
cameos. But anyways, Be Cool, directed by F. Gary Gray. He directed Friday. We're going to talk about him. Let us know what you think of Friday. We're going to cover all three: Friday, next Friday, Friday after next.
Yes.
Haven't
seen 'em.
We're going to have a great time, a grand old time. So let us know what you think. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe.
Right now.
Thank
Do
you
it
for
right now.
tuning in. Always, we love you guys. And we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning into the Watch Our Film Podcast. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Good night, everybody.
Love you guys.